Hey guys, Joe Hubbard here. Just wanted to share some cool Michael Brecker vocabulary with you this week and explain how he approaches playing over a static chord type. So stick with me. So before we get into the nuts and bolts of the breakdown, check out this 4-bar Michael Brecker 16th note lick in a modern jazz context. What's really cool about how Brecker approaches playing over a static chord is using one of my favorite concepts called superimposition. This is where we'll take a series of different chord types that are made up with different combinations of chord tones and tensions and then play them over the original static chord. So let's go through this lick step by step, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Okay, so now that we've heard this lick in a performance context, let's go ahead and reverse engineer this idea. And this is going to help you to understand the inner workings of what's going on here and also be able to create your own ideas using the same concept of superimposition. So if we check out this lick, the whole lick is working over an A minor 7th chord, and that's very important to establish from the get-go so we know what we're dealing with, so you know what the chords are that are being comped underneath this idea. And on top of it, we're going to first go through the first bar. So in the first beat, I've got a B minor 7th chord. Notice I've got B, A, F sharp, and D. And over the B minor 7 chord, that's the root, flat 7, the 5, and then the flat 3. But over the A minor 7, that's going to be the 9, the root, the 13, and the 11, which is a really beautiful chord to superimpose over that A minor 7th chord. We're basically superimposing a minor 7th chord a whole step above the root of the chord. Then in beat 2, what happens is in the first 3 beats, we've just got an A minor triad. So no superimposition there. Then from the last beat, the last 16th note rather, of the second beat, we've got a D, and then it goes down to B, and then D, and then G, and then B. So that is just outlining a G major triad. So again, if you look at the notes that are going on here, if you took the G, which is the root of the G major triad, the B, which is the 3rd, and the D, which is the 5th, and superimpose that over an A minor 7th chord, we've got flat 7, 9, and 11. So that's super cool. And then what it does is it goes up here to an E minor 7th chord, and I've got the D, the B, the G, and the E. So over the E minor 7 chord, that's flat 7, 5, flat 3, root. But over the A minor 7th chord, that's going to be the 11, the 9, the flat 7, and the 5. So let's take a look at that first bar again. Okay, so moving on to the second bar, what we've got here is we start by playing an A minor idea, and it's basically the root, then I'm playing a scale passing tone to the flat 3, and then I go up to the 4, okay? Now, what gets in here is a little bit of non-diatonic superimposition, which is kind of cool, and it's basically works on a tension and release thing. We don't want to really be thinking of this next chord to be resolving a lot of stuff, but it really sounds cool and good, and it takes it a little bit outside and then reconnects again to the A minor 7 chord. So here, when I go up that A minor idea, I'm going to the E flat, and I'm basically playing the root of an E flat minor 7, and then I'm doing a double chromatic below the flat 3. So this is quite common to take that sort of, when you have like an A minor 7th chord and you want to get some outside ideas, you can combine the minor 7 chord from the root and then from the flat 5, knowing that the chord from the flat 5, you can't really resolve on that. You need to kind of, linearly progress back into the actual tonality that you're working with, which in this case is A minor. So where this is going here from this is I'm going up here. And from this point, I've got the flat 7, the 9, the 13, the root, and then I just descend down an A minor 7 chord from the flat 7, 5, flat 3, and then the root. So that's the whole second bar. Okay, so moving on to the third bar, we're going to continue this concept of superimposition and check out how Brecker is weaving these ideas in and out of this A minor tonality. It starts on a C major triad, taking a root 2, 3, 5 melodic cell. And if you haven't seen my videos on melodic cells, then check it out over here. It's really good information and really will help you to jumpstart your understanding of improvisation. So this root 2, 3, 5 pattern over a C major chord. And of course the C major triad, if I've just got the C, E, G, that's going to give me the flat 3, 5, and flat 7 of the A minor 7 chord. I'm then going to shift up to an E minor triad, and I'm going to play a chromatic below the 5th to the flat 3 and then the root. And again, this is another melodic cell that I cover extensively in my book, Chord Tone Mastery. Again, another book that's invaluable to help you with your studies with improvisation and get you a little bit more up to speed with this stuff. We then move down to a D major triad, and I'm going to do the same melodic cell that I played over that E minor triad. I'm going to go chromatic below the 5th, then 3, and then the root. And then, of course, with the D major triad, I've got the 11, the 13, and the root. And then going back to that E minor, I've got the 5, the flat 7, and the 9. So you can see how these upper structure chords are really working to enhance and give a particular amount of positive color to the sound of the harmony here. And doesn't make it sound so predictable all the time. And then moving to the next chord is really just moving chromatically down from that D major, going to a D flat major, playing the same melodic cell. So I'm going chromatic below the 5, 3, and then the root. Now this is one of those non-diatonic ideas, and it really kind of gets us into a little bit of an idea called tonicization, which is where you create this kind of illusion of a 5 chord resolving to the chord that you're playing over. And in this case, we're playing over an A minor 7 chord. So I want to create this illusion that I'm playing an E7 altered chord over this. So that D flat gives me some nice notes over the E7, because if I thought of this A flat as a G sharp, that would be the 3 of the E7 chord, the F would be the flat 9, and then the C sharp would be the tension 13 over that. And where this leads to is a further idea to sort of outline this E7 thing, where I'm going tension 9 into the root, then I go flat 9 to sharp 9, and then I'm playing a chromatic line. I start on the 3, and and then I'm playing this double chromatic above the flat 9, and then I'm resolving by going 5, 3, and then chromatic below, scale or diatonic approach from above into the root, and then I end on the 5. So if we take the ideas over those last 2 bars, this is what it's going to sound like. Okay, so what I want you to do is really take this, work on this, get this lick down in every key. I want you to start to try to figure out different ideas that you can superimpose over different chords. Remember, superimpositions are just combinations of chord tones and tensions that work over the original chord. In this idea, we had a few non-diatonic things going on in here, a few more techniques other than just superimposition. But in reality, when you're looking at something that's based on a performance idea, you are going to have a mixture of different ideas. Now, if you're really not up to speed with this whole concept of superimposition and these other things, then I cover all of this stuff in my 2-year bass mastery course. This is a great course to get on, and what it's really meant for is to take all the guesswork out so you can just get into your playing and just get your head down and get this stuff together. So work on this, and then we'll come back for a little debrief. Now, if you want to learn more about these type of modern jazz lines, then you've got to get my book, 50 Essential Jazz Funk Lines. This book is chock full of the same kind of material that we've covered today and will literally keep you busy for years. Similarly, if you want to take advantage of studying on one of my online courses, which goes into much further detail, then just click over here to get started today. Until next time, practice smart, work hard, and play creatively.